All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all, if anybody's in the comments yet, let me know if you can hear me because I'm trying out a new set of earbuds with the mic combination. And sometimes when you're using Bluetooth, stuff gets a little wonky. Um, yeah, y'all, welcome to the show. This is So I Did a Thing. Somebody's in the chat already. What's up, Langston? Good to see you, man. It's also really weird since I have earbuds in, I can hear myself in my ear, and that is really, really weird for me because I'm not used to that. Jenny is here. What is going on, Julie? Good to see you, friend. It's been a while. Um, yeah, welcome everyone. This is So I Did a Thing. My guest tonight is, and I should have asked him to make sure I was pronouncing his name right backstage, but I didn't. Aaron Mangum. He's going to join us here in just a second, him and Hank. Before we do that, though, I want to thank tonight's sponsors, Joyful 4110 Consulting. If y'all don't know her, that's Julie Griffin. She does time management training, corporate training, a couple of other things too. Dadgummit, I don't remember. That's what you get for sponsors, right? I should have written it down. Her specialty, though, is like time management training and productivity training. Yeah, Langston, no latency on the buds. It doesn't seem like. We'll find out once Aaron gets out here and starts talking. So I'm going to bring Aaron out. Aaron and Hank, I see them both back there. Hank is all up with his dad right now. What is going on?
He is. Hey, Chris, thanks for having us.
Yeah, man.
We got one in a rare mood tonight.
He brought his
own microphone.
I see that. That's what's up.
Yeah, I was smart enough to let the battery go dead, though.
Right.
Hey, I've been down this road before.
Right on, man.
You'll see him through the night. He's gonna come in and out. And I do apologize if he sets off an alarm, but the rain outside, he's been trying to go play in it.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
So I've caught him a few times in the last hour trying to escape.
Why wouldn't you want to go play in the rain and the hail?
I mean, I'm with you as a kid, for
Right.
sure. As an adult, I start thinking I'm going to have to mop this up.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, just tell us a little bit of your story, man, about Hank and how it changed your life and what led to the vision for Hank's Friends, and then tell us all about that.
Right. Well, Hank is 9 years old. His diagnosis is severe nonverbal autism. However, you'll find out through the course of the night, he does have echolalia, which means he will repeat anything he hears. Not necessarily any cognition behind it, but certainly will repeat it, which can lead to some quite funny moments, for sure. He probably has about 20 words in his vocabulary that he can use for communication. It's, real quick, he'll say, "I want cupcake." He's got that.
And he knows what that is.
Yeah, he knows how to get a snack.
Yeah, that's my kind of kid.
Yeah, well, everything else, you just kind of have to figure out. So it's a lot of, you got to be Sherlock Holmes every day trying to figure out what's going on, what's needed, where things are happening. So when he was born, obviously, very early on, his mother and I recognized that there were some delays in everything. Mm-hmm. And I hope he's not being too loud.
No, you're good, man.
We realized there was delays in everything, that he was missing all the milestones that he was supposed to achieve. So we went to, into some early intervention things and tried to see what we could do. But obviously, it's very difficult when they're two to do certain therapies and so forth. But you can officially get diagnosed at 3. And so then we started programs there to help, primarily focused on speech. But, that's kind of coming along. But anyway, in knowing that he was delayed, we just tried to focus on what we could do to help him improve communication, help him get his needs met and do those things. And so as a result, looking back, as you mentioned, the idea for Hank's Friends came about because we were asking questions we never thought we would ask.
Right.
Most people tend to think when you have a child, they're crying, they're upset. Who do you call? You call mom and dad and say, hey, baby's upset. This is what's going on. What do we do? And all of a sudden we were in a situation where that wasn't an option. Right. No one had any answers. So we began to do what I call Google and hope. You just go to the internet and type in stuff and try and find things. And what we quickly realized is by asking questions we never thought we'd have to ask, that we didn't even know where to go for answers. And it's easy to think, okay, we need a pediatrician, we need a dentist, or we need speech therapy. Those things kind of become obvious to you. And if there's any physical need, you are aware of that. But then it became, well, what about a haircut? He has sensory issues. He has things like that. Where do we go for a haircut? Where do we go for the typical daily living things that we need to do? And so as a result, that's what I started to kind of formulate around Hank's Friends, is to become a daily living site and resource guide. Yes, we have doctors and therapies and so forth, but it's also shoes for people that can't tie their shoes. We've got shoes, for special needs clothing. If you need something custom made, maybe you have a child or even an adult that has a food port, and you need to have a shirt that can accommodate that. So it's really become what restaurants can accommodate you, what movie theaters, what fun places that you can go so that you can still be a family and still do, the typical lives you intend to lead. Sure. And most families with special needs children also have typical children. So you still need car care. You still need, plumbers and roofers and that stuff. You still need everything you need for your daily life. It's just a little bit different. And so I wanted to try to put something together where you don't have to Google and hope. You can come to Hank's Friends and hopefully find what you need. And it's going to take us a while to build and to grow. But like I say, we have no limit to what we can do. And it's a great, the better aspect of it, in my opinion, is also kind of bridging that gap between the typical and the atypical. Because what I'm finding is when I go talk to someone that has special needs family, they're quick to jump in and, oh man, yeah, definitely. Cause they've seen it, they've understood it, whatever. But then you go meet with someone that's never had special needs experience. And it's a little bit of a question of, well, why?
Right.
And so I have to kind of say, hey, we need everything you need. We just need an accommodation. And that's, what we're trying to flush out here is how to get everything together where special needs families have one foot in the typical world and one foot in the atypical world. And then how do you make it run smoothly?
That's pretty awesome. You don't really think about, like, especially if you have regardless of whether you have other kids or not, you don't really think about going out to eat.
Yeah.
Like you want to take your family out to eat, including your son. But what if he has a meltdown while you're in the middle of eating, or something doesn't go right, or he has an issue, and then the restaurant staff freaks out or something, you know what I mean? So just knowing that you have even those little simple things like that. I think you mentioned the other day, even things like a plumber to come to the house or an electrician to
Yeah.
come to the house that is not going to be off put by if your kid or even your adult with special needs is going through something at that moment
Mm-hmm.
and has an issue that you have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it can come in any form and it can come quickly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a huge ordeal. I know my girlfriend actually had an incident. I say an incident. It wasn't that big of a deal, but an issue a couple of weeks back. She has a 29-year-old with severe autism, and they went to about to get. They went to a restaurant where the restaurant cut the hamburger in half before they serve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, part of his ritual and routine is to put his condiments and things on himself. And all of a sudden you gave him 2 halves of a burger. And that was a problem, And so it's just those simple things of understanding. It's okay to ask a question and go, hey, we cut our burgers in half here. Is that okay? Just to save, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Son, come here. Say hello. He's bringing out games he hasn't played with in 6 months. All of a sudden,
all of a sudden,
he's picked right now.
Right now, of course.
He's got to do it. Can you say hello?
Hey, man.
Say hello.
Say hello, Chris.
Say hello.
All right.
Hey,
there
Hank.
you go. He's doing. He's been in a wild mood last bit with this thunderstorm going on.
Yeah, it's raining and thundering and hailing, or it was hailing here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I say, it's just little things that go on that make the difference. It's having the lid on the glass of Coke or whatever, and they, it's just those things that keep everybody calm and the routines going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. So what? Dang, I had a question.
Well, while you think of it, I'll tell you right now, the way we're sitting, I always sit here to do my Zooms, and I always position my head here so that I'm blocking the thermostat on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
but now that I pointed out, I mean, I guess that's cool too.
Yeah,
right?
it's no big deal.
I gotta hold Hank here to block so as we shift.
Right. So are you, that's what I was going to ask. You're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. What, are you concentrated right now just in that area? Or are you trying to go statewide, national? Like what's your...
Well, right now it's actually, that's a great question because I've actually had several people, South Carolina, Connecticut, Oregon. I've had, Oklahoma. I've had people that are doing special needs things that have called me and say, hey, we need this here. And let's look at what it would take to do this national. And that's fantastic. And I love that. And that sounds good and all. But right now I'm only focusing on DFW because we have not built it yet. We've got about 80 businesses involved with us at the moment, which is great. But
that's a drop in the hat when you consider how big DFW is.
Yeah, when you consider a population of over 7 million people, that's not a ton at all.
Yeah, it's like 0.1% or something.
Yeah,
or 0.1%.
Until we get to a I would think a few hundred or several hundred anyway, and start to flesh out some of the processes that are involved. The thought of expansion in my mind is not there because if you try to go too fast, sometimes you'll just collapse.
Yeah.
And it's more important to get this right because there is a major need for this. And people, one of the things we're trying to do as well is you get benefits and things for your membership, your services, your benefits, discounts at places, stuff like that. Because people don't realize children under the age of 18 typically don't qualify for help because the state looks at it as they're a minor, that's your child, you're responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever there is, you don't get help, and then as an adult, you're still kind of questionable as to what you can get.
Yeah.
So it's important to have those things easily available.
What Julie had a question here. What is one thing you wish you could tell the world?
Ooh.
Not to put you on the spot with a big question like that.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Just one thing. Now,
just one.
The one thing for me, and this is I hear a lot of talk from a lot of parents, family members, things like that, where they'll say things like autism prison. Oh, I'm in autism prison. I can't go to the grocery store because if I take them and they have a meltdown, I can't handle it. Mm-hmm. Or, things like that, whatever. I hear things like that a lot of times, reason to hold them back. And I guess what I would want to say is you're not a prisoner. These children, these people, they're blessings. They're absolute blessings. And when I look at Hank, I understand he'll never have a typical life. He may never earn for himself. He may never have a girlfriend, his own family, things like that he quite likely will miss out on. But not one moment out of my life have I felt sorry for him because he is the way God created him. Mm-hmm. He's what's meant to be. Mm-hmm. And everything that we are able to do is because of that. I mean, think about this. I'm looking at it going, how many people, and I don't even care for me, but how many people can be helped with these services and what we're doing? And we need other people, start, they can, I don't care about franchising it out, start it everywhere and do it. How many people can be helped, just because there's one little boy over there that can't quite talk? Mm-hmm. Let's get it going. It's just a matter of don't quit.
Mm-hmm. Are you connected to Dan Roth?
Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Okay. He said he's got some contacts that would be happy and willing to help out. So maybe y'all can send him a connection request, Dan. So since he's in the middle of doing this, that way he doesn't forget.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And, and as we're talking about doing this in locations, in doing some research about DFW, there's almost 700,000 families affected by special needs in DFW alone. I mean, you think about what a huge population that is, but you don't see them. You know what I mean?
You said there's 7 million people. Thank you, Dan. He said he sent you a connection request on LinkedIn. Awesome. If you think about 7 million people in DFW and there's 700,000, that's 10% of the population.
Right. Now I'm saying that's the families,
right.
Yeah. But that's the thing. But you don't realize that because it's so easy to stay home and say, here's your iPad, go to your room.
Yeah.
But that's not what we want. We want ball game tickets. We want concert tickets,
Yeah.
Even if we got to wear the headphones.
Right.
Even if we got headphones on and can't hear the concert, we want to be there.
Right.
And that's the thing is we want to give these children, these adults, and these families the opportunity to do everything they want to do. Yeah. And have fun doing it.
That's what's up. So you have a website. Let me put the link in the comments. It's www.hanksfriends.com.
I posted a video today. Did you happen to see it?
I did see it. Yep, I did. It was a good one.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But that means nothing. I'm biased.
Y'all go to the website and check it out, hanksfriends.com. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. I was messing around on it. I've messed around on it a couple of times, looked at it and stuff. what are your biggest needs right now as far as getting this really the catalyst
Moving.
kind of moving?
Well, one, I always need businesses to come on board and help us out. To come on board, offer services and benefits to members, things like that, to get it built. The other obvious, I mean, we always need finance, and that's where I got to have help selling. I mean, I need a sales team because right now it is just me. And I mean, I have a few people. My girlfriend does step out to help some, and we have some good things, but no one's doing it full time like I am. And I'm only one man. And then you find yourself derailed a little bit, and I'll never blame Hank for me not accomplishing something or getting it done, but I can't make him run an 8-hour day driving all around DFW.
Right.
He can't handle that. He doesn't want to do that.
Right.
And I'll be quite honest, I don't know what 9-year-old would.
Right. I don't know what a grown man wants to do.
Well, if I had a buddy that asked me just ride with him, nah.
Yeah, no, bro, I'm good. You go ahead.
Yeah. So there are things like that, and because I've always worked where his mother always had kind of the 9 to 5, and I've always worked at night. And so even right now, I'm doing Hank's friends all day. I'm responsible for Hank on the day shift. So taking him to school, picking him up, all of that. And then I run out to wait tables at night, just because that's something quick and easy that I can do that I don't have to think about when I leave.
Right.
And I can just, okay, done. Bills are paid, and let's keep rolling with this.
Yeah.
I see the question of, do I have a board? The answer is no, I don't. And here's going to be the confusing part for some people. I am actually not a 501c3. In talking to the attorneys and the CPAs, things like that, I've just registered as a regular LLC. Because in doing that, part of what we have with us, we probably have right now, Hank, please don't squeal. We probably have a solid 30 nonprofits that are on board with us, day habs, living facilities, education centers, so forth, that are on board with us. And I'm going to have a section of my website where you can go and donate directly to them. And so in doing what I'm doing, what I have understood from my CPA and attorney is that if I were a nonprofit, then I would have to withhold that money to cover my taxes, my, pay, whatever, blah, 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 and whatever's left, they get. But by being an LLC and having them kind of in cooperation with us, all donated funds can go directly where they're supposed to go.
Okay.
And
Dan wants you to come on his live. Yep.
And I understand what Dan said. That'll scare off some resources. That's definitely been something that I've dealt with, because in doing that, what they have to understand is you're not donating to me, you're purchasing advertising. That's how you get your tax write-off on the other side. So filing status is so
you're doing it like they're okay. So it's marketing and advertising for them, not a charitable donation.
Right. However, you have all the other places on there that you can directly do business with, because that's the way the site is built, is that you can interact with all the other service providers. So like I have a gentleman, I have a couple of places that do haircuts, And one of the gentlemen, I mean, very easily just reach out and says, hey, living facility, you've got 25 people that live there full time. One day a month, I'll bring 3 of my barbers and we'll come out there and, cut hair at this price.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the thing, is it is going to have to be set up a little different. And I know that some people, financially, that does frighten off a few resources, but it's the mission is more important than the filing status for me.
I got you.
Did you go blank already?
No. Well, you answered. My next question was going to be, how can they donate to you? But you just kind of answered that. They don't donate to you. They donate to the.
Right. And so that's the thing, is on my, if you go to my site, we're getting it cleaned up and getting there. And the website developers, Platinum View, they have done a phenomenal job with the website. I'm very excited about how it looks.
I just got a connection request from somebody from Platinum View.
Did you? Well, all right.
Who was it?
I don't know, but Michelle or Ken, maybe.
Michelle Thompson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do fantastic. They've done great. And so what I'm doing basically is, because I want the resources that I have to be available to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, but you're good.
I was going to say, I don't want to yell at him. Hey.
No, you're good, man.
The resources that we're having, I'm not going to hide. And see, that's the thing is come to the website, look at the stuff, because we're going to have special needs events. We're going to have we're a list of parks that are handicap or special needs accessible. We've got all kinds of, like I say, the doctors, the therapists, the businesses. You'll be able to see everyone who is involved with what we're doing without a membership.
Mm-hmm.
But in supporting us, you get a membership, but then with your membership, that's when you get access to the benefits and the services, the discounts. So if you got a restaurant that says, hey, we'll give you free sodas every time you come in, or, this place says 10% off, the other place says, buy 3 tires, you get a 4th one free, whatever it is, your membership gets you the deals and the benefits.
Mm-hmm. I got
but
you.
I'm not going to hide resources, because there's a lot of people out there that just simply need to know who to call.
Yeah. And Julie said she gets it. She just meant more like for a support for you as far as having a board. Like, if it's just you, do you have anybody else that is like rallying around you?
My girlfriend's very supportive. Outside of that, I just go out at midnight and howl at the moon and hope somebody shows up.
Okay.
So far, it's not effective.
Especially won't tonight with the storms coming.
I mean, I get a lot of looks, but nobody's coming out to help.
Yeah, I bet.
And I do, with a lot of the businesses involved, I think they're doing great and doing their part. It's just on my end and my side, and I appreciate Julie for asking. It's pretty much a lonely walk right now.
Yeah.
And so, I'm doing what I can with that.
I'm gonna let you come back to that, but Nathan said you're doing it wrong. The howling. It could be.
It's not my most experienced thing.
So I think she's asking, like, they can partner with you and advertise to get eyes on their business and can donate to other 501c3s, but it's not actually to other 501c3s. They're donating to the organizations that are partnered with you, right? Regardless of whether they're a 501c3 or not. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know, to clarify that, it's to say, once you are involved with us as a business, you can do whatever you want. It's cross-promotional activity is just wide open. I have tried to deliberately design this to be whatever you need it to be. So, yes, like I say, we've got the living facilities, we've got the schools, we've got all kinds of stuff. So, depending on what kind of business you are, you've got great opportunity to partner directly with those institutions, however you can. So, I mean, if you're a grocery store, and that's something. I've got a fella that owns a. It's not a grocery store, but it's a food. He delivers food to grocery stores. Fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff. But my son's school, they try to cook once a week, cook a meal. But a lot of the children have dietary restrictions. And so they go to the grocery store to buy fresh fruits and vegetables and do that. And they're learning the grocery store. But this guy, I mean, can donate just one box once a week of fresh fruit and vegetables. There's only 13 kids at his school. And then they can just take advantage and go from there.
You got Julie's wheels are turning.
Right.
She's brainstorming with us here.
Okay. I'm trying to read what Julie's writing. She's fast.
She is fast. I had her on the show last year. She was absolutely amazing. Like, she's one of the funnest people I've ever hung out with in my life.
Okay. Her and I, we may have to chat.
Yeah. No, don't apologize, Julie. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. No apology. I mean, seriously, with the squealing going on in the background, somebody else is apologizing?
I can't even hear him now.
That's because I heard a bunch of Legos dump out. So
he's quiet for right now.
So now I'll be picking up Legos later.
Hey, Teresa. You made it. Not just crazy, no.
So yeah.
So have you received any no, hang on, let me click on this one. Yeah, we all have kids, never apologize.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, if I had $1 for every time one of my guests' kids was screaming in the background, I'd be great. I'd have all the good equipment to do this with.
And Hank will do some things from time to time, but there's that pitch to that squeal, and he's just doing it to hear himself, but it's a pitch, man, that I'm just like, son. Like, wow,
that's impressive, bro.
Yeah. Like, how do you even hit that note?
Right.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, to answer the question about the grant writer, I've been looking for 18 months for grant writers, and I've had 15 different ones say, "Man, I would love to help you," and then my follow-up with them turned into crickets. So I don't know. And like you said, I get a lot of people that assume because I'm not the 501c3 that there's nothing that can be done. And I suppose you just have to come at it a different angle, So I could use grant writers. I'd love to have some.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one that would call me twice.
Right.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Are you struggling? You doing all right? Come here. You gonna make another appearance? Say hello. Hey. What do you say? This is, oh my goodness. This is another one. He loves to put his nose in my eyeball. And I cannot stand that. I cannot stand it one bit. Sorry, I got to plug my computer in.
No, you're good.
This nose in the eyeball thing, and it's.
Well,
I love you.
I don't know. Why don't you check Amanda? She said she used to grant write for a nonprofit, so she might have some resources or maybe able to help you.
Send me a connection.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't reach
amazing.
out. I was gonna say I
That,
can't reach out to anybody right now. I'm not a great multitasker.
yeah. And that is Amanda Knight. She doesn't, there's a weird setting in LinkedIn that she has clicked that whenever it comes over to the restream side, it doesn't show her name, but that is Amanda Knight.
Okay. There's no
Hi,
battery.
Hank.
Come here. Tell him, hey, what are you saying? This is something. Oh, let's see if you'll do it with the microphone. Say, if you smell.
While the rock is cooking. If you smell.
That is awesome.
Tell him, hey, I go to wake him up this morning. Now, every morning when I wake Hank up, I sing a song. I walk in there while he's doing his thing, and I say, I sing, rise and shine and give God glory, glory. And what I'll do is I'll sing the rise and shine, and he'll sing, give God the glory, glory.
Okay.
That's how I know he's ready to get up. If he doesn't sing, if he stays silent, I know we got a few more minutes to go on.
It's not time.
It's not ready yet. So this morning I go in there and he's kind of singing whatever, and I leaned over and I started singing to him right there, face to face with him, and he looks at me and he goes, "It's a party." I said, "Okay, it's a party, son. That's how we're gonna start the day."
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no shortage. Like I say, you never know what he's gonna say because with the echolalia, he hears and he picks things up, and it's not an intelligence issue with these individuals, whether they're children or adults. It's not intelligence, it's communication. And a lot of times there's just static that's not allowing them to communicate the way they want. It comes through so often. You get those times that the static clears and they come through. And I've got video that no one will ever see because at the time I didn't think about what I was doing. But I've got video of Hank in the shower when he was about 6 years old. He's standing in the shower and I couldn't help but film it. And he's just under the water going, "Oh, I want to dance with somebody."
Really?
You know, and he was singing Whitney Houston, and I was like, "This," and I'm like, "Where in the world did he get it?" You know, he heard it somewhere. Maybe school. They do a lot of music stuff at school like that. But he'll sing that, and there are several songs he knows the words, and he'll go right through and sing. For sure.
That is freaking awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And I think I might have told you before, but one of my favorite stories of him talking is I go in there one night, and autism is known for having trouble sleeping. They really struggle at nighttime to go to bed. And so he's laying there in his bed, and I walk in, put him to sleep, and he's struggling. He's talking, he's jabberjawing. And 30 minutes in, I'm like, you know what? I've had enough. So I go in there in my stern dad voice, and I say, "Hank, go to sleep." And he reaches his little arm up, and he puts his hand on the side of my face, and rubs my cheek, and he says, "Do you want a piece of me?" So I just bit my tongue and I said, "Do what you want, son. Good night."
Like you have to wonder, like, did he know that was the opportune time to say that? He had to.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because I was like, you nailed it.
Yeah. Like, what do you say to that? Like,
yeah,
you win. You won that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
that is awesome.
He's sitting here beside me now. You can't see him, but he's snacking, and that's the only way to keep him quiet.
Kid after my own heart, for sure.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Well, good, man. Anything else you want us to know we've covered a lot in 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it never ends. I mean, that's the thing is, anytime you're around, don't be afraid to interact. That's another thing. I think a lot of people find themselves in situations when you see someone that's special needs and you really focus on looking the other way. Let me not make eye contact. Let me make it where I don't stare or something like that. And the honest truth is jump in there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, jump in there and have fun, because these individuals, they love to see you too. You know, so I think that's one of the things I'm really struggling and trying to help bridge that gap, is to just say you don't have to be compartmentalized. You just enjoy everybody. Everybody's a blessing. Let us, you know, just get right in there. Sometimes they're going to go better than others. You know, that's just life. But I mean, that's your interactions with anybody.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's gonna go great some days, and some is gonna be a miss. But you learn, you get better and more experienced, and keep going. You know, that's the thing. So I guess, and another way you mentioned help earlier is anybody out there that does do or does have special needs in their family, whatever. Pass along the info to me. Who do you use? Where do you go? You know, who is it that you already frequent and deal with? Because a lot of places, you know, are very accommodating if they know. You know, when you walk in and say, hey, you know, this is there's 12 special needs Boy Scouts from the troop coming in, but they love to have you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a non-issue. It's just, you know, getting everybody out there, finding the places that you already go, and then making some new ones.
So whenever you're riding around Dallas and you're going to talk to different businesses and stuff, have you been like, has there been any just flat out rejections? Like, no, hell no, we don't want to do this? Or are most people pretty receptive to the idea of it?
Well, the short answer is to say yes. There haven't been many cases of people being rude or like you say, like, I don't want no part of that. There haven't been many cases of that in a rude sense. There's been a lot of that in terms of we don't understand. You know, and that's where, like I said earlier, the difference in somebody going, hey, my sister has an autistic son or daughter, I would love to do this, and someone that's never had any type of special needs involvement saying, I don't see the need.
Yeah.
But as I said, with 700,000 families in DFW, that's a lot of buying power. That's a lot of moving the needle.
Yeah.
And also, you know, you don't want to go to a movie and expect it to be quiet, because this will happen. Are you having a good time?
He is, isn't he?
You're having a blast, ain't you?
Right in your eyeball.
You're having a blast. No, but that's the thing, is they're not rude about it. There's just a lot of people that don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's the people that have never had to deal with it. And that's been a definite challenge for me, is to try and say, this is why it's important.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
And also, if I'm meeting with those people and this is happening, that doesn't help in those instances either.
But it's the real side of it, though.
It's the way it goes. Now, if I meet with somebody that does have experience with, they love it.
Yeah.
They're like, heck yeah, man, the kid's in a good mood.
Yeah.
You know, and see, that's another thing, is when I take these meetings and do things, that's happiness. I'm not going to discipline that.
Right. No.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want anybody to do that.
Right.
But that's where too, if it's somebody that's never, they could be a little weirded out by that some.
Yeah.
You know. But me, and I don't know, man, as I've gotten older, when I was 20, I'd go somewhere and you hear a baby crying and I would think, oh no, terrible. Well, now I go somewhere and I hear a baby crying. I'm like, listen to that music.
Yeah.
You know, it's totally different now,
Yeah.
you know, and I think he's going to take over.
Yeah, and that's fine too. But that beats the hell out of, when he's having a meltdown, you can't communicate what's wrong with him, and something's wrong. You're trying to figure it out, and I'm sure you've learned to read his cues and pick up on it and all that. But that has got to be just like, go have a blast, bro. Like you're enjoying life right now.
No question. No question. And I mean, when was the last time as an adult, when was the last time you remember acting like that?
No,
when was the last time something got you that excited?
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure that was chicken nuggets and a glass of tea. You know?
Yes.
So
I get pretty excited over snacks, but I don't know that I've ever done that.
But that's my point, you know. And then as you grow too, you start to learn the difference in a tantrum and a meltdown, and that's important, you know, because a lot of times you get a tantrum right along with, no, I told you no, you can't have the cupcake, you can't have the snack. Then you'll get a response from that, which is, you know, most everybody does that, but the meltdowns are different. And you can tell. And so I actually, in my bedroom, I have blackout curtains in my room so that in the event of something, I can make it cold and dark and, you know, cut out sensory as we need to. And I think I hear water running. This is not.
Do you need to go check it out?
This is not optimal at the moment. It's cut off. I don't know if that's even scarier. Hank? Hank? Come here, son.
You can go check it if you need to, unless you have eyes on him right now.
But it's not. I don't hear the water at the moment. So whatever happened, it's done. I can clean it up in a few minutes. Hank, come here, please.
He's hiding now.
Be careful, because he I don't know if you heard it. He said, "Come here, please." But so you got to be careful what you say. Yeah, come here. Okay, so this looks like here we go. So see what we got here is he's got a handful of toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
There you go, son. Now that was all right. All right, there you go. Give me one moment.
Go ahead.
I'm going to just simply remove the toothpaste.
Yeah, no, you're good.
1 second.
While he's gone, I'm going to talk about it. We've opened the show up to sponsors, opened the channel up to sponsors. If anybody out there is interested in sponsoring the show, shoot me a DM. We work it out in like advertising and all that. I've got an Amazon wish list. You can get stuff to help me get the equipment I need to keep these shows running, to keep bringing this kind of stuff to you. Or you can just Cash App or Venmo me the money and I can get what I need, or put it towards building a website. I'm in the process of trying to get a website built, but that stuff is expensive. As I'm sure Hank knows, or Aaron knows, and I'm not even going as elaborate as his website with that many pages and stuff. So if anybody's interested in sponsoring the show, shoot me a DM and we'll go over the particulars of it. Crisis averted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm down half a tube of toothpaste now, but we got enough for in the morning.
Okay. That's all that matters.
Yeah. We can get ourselves to the store. And, these things go in cycles. I don't know why, but in the last 2 weeks, he's become infatuated with toothpaste. And and everywhere except on his teeth. He doesn't want you to brush his teeth, but
well, it's pretty and it feels funny, and
I guess
it's all his sensory.
Yeah, well, and I'm curious because if it's got I don't want to say menthol. It's not a pack of cigarettes, but what do you say when it's got
like mint and stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah. It might feel good on his skin.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just the feeling of it when he's rubbing it and the colors, and it probably makes some noise. And
Yeah.
yeah, excuse me one moment. Exactly. Professional parenting voice. Excuse
If
me.
that's not all the time. And then
Yeah.
and then here, why don't you look and now I got toothpaste on my face.
Oh, that's awesome.
You didn't dry your hands, did you? That's all right.
Always.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you have anything you want to say? What would you say?
What do you say? What do you say?
What do you say?
What do you say?
When would I do that?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
That's exactly right, Angelique. He knows he has a superpower. He's trying to unlock the new ones with the magic toothpaste.
That's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna walk into a room soon and they'll say, "Wow, your face smells minty fresh."
Yeah, I know it. You can thank Hank for that.
Yeah, we can thank Hank for that. Right? Right?
Right.
And his other favorite thing, I don't even want to get him started, is he loves to when he's in trouble or even just as a game, he loves to say nibble. And nibble his neck, And so if he does something that he thinks he's in trouble, that's what he does. Nibble to try to distract me.
Yeah, he knows.
Something.
He knows, doesn't he?
He knows. He knows that he'll say this.
Something.
Let's see. Of course, he's no show pony. Let's see what he does. Hey. What do I whisper in your ear?
Nipple.
No. What do I whisper in your ear?
Daddy loves Hank.
Daddy loves Hank. Very good.
Very good.
Very good. To me, that's the best thing is amidst all the lack of communication or whatever it is, I feel like he knows he's loved.
Yeah.
And that to me means so much.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah, I don't think he doubts it for a minute.
Nah, that's the thing. My best friend's 9.
Right on.
Saves me money at the bar. He can't even go.
Right.
We're just having a couple cans of SpaghettiOs and a little bit of iced tea, and then that's it. That's how it goes.
Right on.
Right. And so, that's something too, is learning. I've talked to so many people talk about finding your voice on LinkedIn and the things you can do and whatever. And it's taken me a while to realize it's not my voice. I don't need to have a voice. What I have to say or how I would say it, I don't know. I struggle with that. But what it is, it's his voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's the other, and that's where I'm starting to feel better about doing some of the content things that I want to do, is because I'm doing it with a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me trying to say, hey, this is how you do this or whatever, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just about saying, hey, I'm having fun with my son, and this is his opportunity just to showcase who he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's going to be huge for us going forward, is knowing when we're posting things and doing the content and whatever, that it's all about, it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. You do it all for him.
Yeah.
And he's the inspiration behind what you do now, like what your life is all about now.
Yeah. Well, ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about that at all. It's just, and I've told, and I don't know if you, I'll be vulnerable for a moment. Now that everybody's leaving. Has everybody gone? Is it just me and you?
No, we still got 6 people here.
Well, what I have always dreamed of, and my ultimate dream, and bear with me on this, get through it. My ultimate dream is that after I'm gone, Hank will have an entire bedroom wall full of photographs of all the people he's met.
Mm.
You know, when you think of things like Dan Marino has an autistic child, Doug Flutie, you know, all these, you know, the various celebrities playing, and if you know what I mean? And the coolest part about all of that to me is he wouldn't know who any of them are.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know who any of them are. But for anybody else telling the story of his life,
Yeah.
it'd just be remarkable.
Yeah. They'd know exactly who he was.
Oh, yeah.
But he couldn't give two flips about.
He wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Wouldn't care at all.
He would just be, he would remember that's the dude that gave me a cupcake or something,
Yeah.
chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's all it would mean to him.
Yeah.
Is it just be, you know, or yeah, I did this with my dad, you know, and that to me, that's what I think would be so cool, you know, for him, you know, for somebody to be able to tell that story of him after I'm gone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which I hope is a very long time.
Right. Yeah. Not that we're talking about leaving tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to keep up with some of these comments you're
I know
posting.
it. Not all of that one's going to show up. It says, I'm honestly convinced that autistic people have superpowers, like Superman when he was hiding in his closet because all his powers were on at the same time and no one around to teach him how to use them. They don't deserve us. We aren't enough to appreciate their magic. It's time we learn what they can do.
Oh, there's no limit, man. And that's something else too, is what I want to do. Part of with Hank's friends is I know of an autistic guy that has a snow cone truck. There's another fella here in Dallas that's got Down syndrome, owns his own hot dog truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, dude, I want to get those. Let's help get lines out the door for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's do it.
When I was a kid growing up, when I was probably 12, 13, we lived across the street from, he was a man. He was in his 40s, probably 50. He might have been in his 50s. He was autistic. You know, this was back in the 90s, so that's when we were still calling him mentally retarded.
Right.
And I lived across the street from him. Well, he lived with his mom, and, you know, his mom was really old. Or she seemed really old, you know, to a kid. I don't really know how old she was, but I was a kid, so she was like really old. But
25.
Yeah, well, Johnny was like 50, so she had to have been at least 70.
Right.
But he had before, whenever he was living with his dad in San Antonio, like he had a shoe shine business. Yeah. He'd go to the barber shop. His dad would take him to and he had a 3-wheel moped that little sucker rode around town.
Yeah.
He'd go to, and he had his little kit in the trunk on the back, and he'd go to the barber shop. The barber let him sit in there, and he'd sit in there and shine shoes all day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And got his money for whatever he wants,
man. Got his money for whatever he wants. And you know, he had to live with someone. He wasn't just
right.
He wasn't really low functioning. But it gave him a sense of purpose.
Sure.
You know? Yeah, I know, Angelique. Like when you're 12, though, I mean, like if you have gray hair, it doesn't matter whether you're 40 or 70. They all look the same. Yeah. And now I'm 41 and I got all the gray hair.
I was gonna say you were talking about getting sponsors. If you have me on anymore, you could probably get Weight Watchers and Just for Men.
Yeah, is that a fat joke, bro? You calling me fat?
I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
That's why. I got to slide out of the frame before I stand up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have my camera. I don't point it down anymore. Yeah, you're right, Angelique. He could do all kinds of things. Like he was a NASCAR fanatic, and he could remember stats and who won what race, what year. Just like it was crazy the stuff he could remember. And he loved to fish. That Johnny loved to fish. But he used to go over there all the time and hang out with him. We put together, I would. His motor skills weren't that great as he had gotten older, but we put together model cars. He loved model cars. I didn't particularly like putting together model cars because that fine, finicky stuff is not my forte. Like I lose all kinds of patience with it, but he enjoyed it and he enjoyed sitting there watching me do it and watching it come together. So I sat over there and did it with him, you know?
But that's awesome that you did that though.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about taking the time.
Yeah.
You know, because the thing is, you know, you look back and think of it like you do, but I mean, do you have any idea what it meant to him? I mean, who else sat over there with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are so important and people miss out. And that's why, I mean, when I go to Hank's school, I make a point to speak to every kid I come across in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't talk to them special. I'm just like, hey, you know, hey man, how's it going? You know, and I know their names, but you know, hey, how's it going? And because to them, that's what they need. They're not looking to be treated different. They want to be
right.
Just, what are you doing? Uh-oh, I got shut in the dark. I got in the dark here. Hank has said, Hank's watching the clock.
Oh, yeah. We're at an hour, so it's about time to start.
Hank's watching the clock and says, get out of here, old man.
Let's see. That's January, March. Where are we at? All right. Let's see. Next Monday. All right. Let me back up. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Julie Griffin is going live for her premiere of Joyful Julie Live. Yours truly will be producing it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, 8 p.m. She did the event for 7, but it's really at 8, so she messed up on that. She's going to do a post about it tomorrow to clarify it. Next Monday, I believe Aaron knows my guest next Monday, Cassandra Robinson. Is going to be my guest. She was supposed to be my second guest of the season, and she got sick and couldn't make it. So we rescheduled. She will be on next week. I am super stoked to have her on here.
Oh, man.
She is amazing. Like she's so true to who she is as a woman of God.
Absolutely.
And still a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And she pushes like knowing who you are in Christ. And I absolutely love that.
Absolutely. If I had known she was going to be your next guest, I would have been way funnier.
And then ending the stigma next week on Wednesday at 7 is Emil Karen. He is like a peer counselor in the prison or in the jail system in Florida to people that are in there. It's a recovery program. He's been a drug addict before, in and out of jail, and finally got his life turned around. And so he goes back in and helps the guys with recovery while they're in jail. So he'll be on next week. So yeah, that's it.
All right.
Cool, man. Aaron, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I enjoyed the hell out of this.
I appreciate you having us. It's always such a good time to talk to you. And I've never done anything like this, so this was quite an experience for me.
Yeah.
And come here, Hank. You want to say goodbye? You want to say bye?
Bye, Hank.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Say see you later.
See you later.
See you later, alligator. All right, y'all. Appreciate it, Aaron. And you have a good evening, man.
Thank you. You do the same, and look forward to chatting with anybody else out there, man. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Y'all send Aaron a connection request since he didn't know who all was on here. Y'all have a good night.